हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। आज हम करने वाले हैं अपनी क्लास 9 न्यू इंग्लिश एनसीईआरटी कावेरी का चैप्टर नंबर 6 के क्वेश्चन आंसर। चैप्टर है आपका ट्विन मेलोडीज। इस चैप्टर की एक्सप्लेनेशन मेरे चैनल पे ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल है। अगर आपने नहीं देखा हो तो आप मेरे चैनल पे जाइएगा, वहां पर एक प्ले लिस्ट है क्लास 9 के नाम से। ठीक है, वहां पर आपको क्लास 9 की इंग्लिश की जो बुक है इससे रिलेटेड सारी वीडियोज वहां मिल जाएंगी। नाउ स्टार्ट करते हैं हम अपना चैप्टर। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन आपके चैप्टर में से जो हम लेने वाले हैं वो है ये वाला। Work in pairs to complete the paragraph given on the next page by choosing the correct phrases given in the box. Discuss with your teacher whether the following phrases have a literal meaning or the figurative ones. So I'm just going to tell you the phrases जो आपका आएगा. So first one is the theatre club was winding up their practice. Anil saw Sunny was wearing a look of distress and not speaking to anyone. They had a disagreement in the morning, and since then Sunny was lost in his thoughts. Anil did not want to bring it up and disturb Sunny. Further, he finally decided to bite the bullet and speak to Sunny. He was sure if he apologized first, his friend would come around. With a lot of anxiety, he sweated on to apologize, and finally, Sunny smiled. Everyone clapped and asked them to throw a party to celebrate. So this is your first question. अब चलते हैं अपने एक्ट वाइज जो है हमारा चेक योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग। ठीक है, एक्ट 1 की चेक योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, देन एक्ट 2 की चेक योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग एंड आफ्टर दैट एक्ट 3 की चेक योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग। So coming towards our act 1 check your understanding, the first question which we have is coming right up. Okay, so here we have check your understanding. So complete the table given below based on the act or one of the play. Check your answers with the teachers. So just telling you the answers. देखो यहाँ पर blank है. This blank इसमें आएगा stacked with books. Second blank में आएगा few pictures and posters. Then second वाले में है children and the instruments they play. First है Iqbal plays flute, Avinash tabla, Peter keyboard and Shruti violin. देन थर्ड में है कि ये स्पीकर बताना है आपको और रीजन बताना है कि ये वर्ड्स क्यों बोले गए हैं। सो फर्स्ट वाले में ये वर्ड्स अविनाश के हैं बिकॉज देयर वाज अ न्यूज अबाउट श्रुति's परफॉर्मेंस इन द न्यूज़पेपर। सेकेंड वाले में ये वर्ड्स जो है श्रुति के हैं बिकॉज शी नोज दैट हर फादर वोंट अग्री अबाउट हर फ्यूजन म्यूजिक परफॉर्मेंस। एंड थर्ड में ये वर्ड्स पीटर के हैं बिकॉज श्रुति अग्री टेलिंग हर फादर अबाउट द इवेंट। नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 2, do you think Shruti will gather the courage to speak to her father? Give reason. So answer is over here. Yes, though Shruti is nervous, her friend's encouragement gives her strength. She realizes that speaking to her father is necessary to pursue her passion for music. So ये है आपका answer number 2. Then question number 3 है what might be Shruti's father's reaction and why? So answer is Shruti's father may initially be strict or dismissive since he values classical music more than fusion music. However, once he sees her talent and achievements, he might feel proud and supportive because parents ultimately want their children to succeed. So this was all about check your understanding of Act 1. मैं ज़्यादा एक्सप्लेनेशन आपको इसलिए नहीं दे रही हूँ क्योंकि वीडियो बेवजह बहुत लेंदी हो जाता है, ठीक है, बहुत लंबा हो जाता है। तो हम डायरेक्ट अपने आंसर्स पे फोकस करेंगे। आप अपना पेन पेपर लेके बैठो या आप वीडियो को रोक के आप उसका स्क्रीनशॉट लेते रहो, बाद में आप लिख लेना। नाउ चेक योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ एक्ट 2. Complete the summary of Act 2 by choosing the correct words from the box given below. There are 2 extra words that you do not need. Check your answers with your teacher. Okay, so this is the paragraph. Shruti seemed absent-minded during dinner. She finally gathered the courage to inform her father, Nabeen, about her wish to participate in an upcoming Indo-Western fusion concert. Nabeen reacted negatively, expressing disapproval of fusion music and dismissed the idea. Despite Shruti's plea to him to attend a practice before deciding, Nabeen was firm in his decision. Shruti's mother Leela scolded her for not seeking permission earlier. The tension highlights the clash between the traditional and contemporary musical preference within the family. Despite the setback, Shruti promises not to hide again and is urged to go to bed by her mother. So fill in the blanks में you just have to write the words. आप जो ये red में है, ये सारे के सारे आपके fill in the blanks के answers हैं. Now second question is, will Shruti's father go to her rehearsal? Support your answers with a reason. So answer is here. It seems unlikely at first because Nabeen is firm in his disapproval of fusion music. However, there is a possibility that his love for Shruti and curiosity about her talent might eventually persuade him to attend. His reaction depends on whether he prioritizes tradition over his daughter's happiness. So ये जो आंसर है, दिस आंसर इज बेस्ड ऑन एक्ट 2. ठीक है, हमें ये नहीं बताना है पूरा चैप्टर के बाद क्या करा है, हमें केवल ये इस वाले क्वेश्चन में ये बताना है कि एक्ट 2 से हमें क्या क्या चीज हमें मिलती है. Now question number 3. Do you think Shruti and her parents would understand one another? If yes, why? And if no, why not? So the answer is yes. Eventually, मतलब धीरे धीरे समझ जाएंगे. Though there is a clash between tradition and modernity, Shruti's sincerity and her parents' concern for her future can lead to mutual understanding. Music often bridges differences, and once Nabeen realizes Shruti's dedication, he may soften his stance. So यहाँ पर हमारे एक्ट 2 की चेक योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग भी कंप्लीट होती है. देन मूविंग टुवर्ड एक्ट 3. एक्ट 3 की चेक योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग में हमारे पास सिर्फ शायद ट्रू फॉल्स है. ठीक है, कि कौन सा स्टेटमेंट ट्रू है वो आपको बताना है, और आई होप अभी तक आपने सारा चैप्टर पढ़ ही लिया होगा. नाउ चेक योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग. वर्क इन पेयर्स, आइडेंटिफाई द ट्रू स्टेटमेंट्स. तो मैं आपको केवल जो ट्रू स्टेटमेंट्स है वो बता देती हूँ. फर्स्ट वन इज ड्यूरिंग द रिहर्सल श्रुति's पेरेंट्स एंटर द रूम एंड आर एंजॉयड at her performance. So this statement is true. Second is Shruti initially considers telling her friends that she can't join them for the performance after practicing one last time. So this statement is true. Statement number 3 and 4 are false, and statement number 5 and 6 are again true. Shruti's mother helped her husband realize why he should support their daughter. This statement is true. Sixth, Shruti's father accepts that he underrated the potential of classical music. This statement is also true. अब आती है हमारी मेन एक्सरसाइज. मेन एक्सरसाइज में आपका फर्स्ट एक्सट्रैक्ट है. एक्सट्रैक्ट आप खुद पढ़ेंगे, मैं केवल आपको क्वेश्चन आंसर्स कराऊंगी. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज सेलेक्ट द ऑप्शन दैट करेक्टली आइडेंटिफाइज श्रुति सिचुएशन. सो द ऑप्शन इज ऑप्शन नंबर डी, इन अ डिलेमा. Question number 2. What does Shruti mean by the right way in the sentence? I just don't know how to tell him in the right way. So answer is over here. See, answer आपका यहाँ पर है सेकंड का. By the right way, Shruti means she wants to communicate her wish to perform fusion music to her father carefully, respectfully, and without hurting his feelings. She knows her father is strict about Hindustani classical traditions and believes fusion is a desertion of the violin. At the same time, she values his opinions and does not want him to think she is disregarding them. Thus, the right way refers to finding a thoughtful and considerate approach that will help her father understand her passion while still showing that she respects his authority and love for tradition. Now, question number 3. Complete the following with a suitable reason. We can say that the extract reflects the generational gap in understanding art and tradition because the answer is Shruti values experimentation with fusion while her father insists on preserving the purity of Hindustani classical music. Now, question number 4. Explain how Iqbal's words were meant as an assurance to Shruti. So, answer is Iqbal's word, always a right way Shruti, he is your father, he will understand, are meant to reassure Shruti that her father's love will ultimately outweigh his strictness and that she should not fear expressing herself. And question number 5 is fill in the blanks with the phrase from the extract. The critics argued that only films which provoke thoughtful discussions are, the phrase is of any worth. तो यहाँ पे हमारा फर्स्ट एक्सट्रैक्ट खत्म होता है. सेकेंड एक्सट्रैक्ट के क्वेश्चन आंसर्स करते हैं हम लोग. सेकेंड एक्सट्रैक्ट का फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है सेलेक्ट द सुटेबल ऑप्शन टू कंप्लीट द सेंटेंस. Naveen's breakthrough in his understanding of artistic freedom highlights a bridge between option number B इसका आंसर है traditional values and modern expressions. Second question है fill in the blanks with a suitable phrase. The extract uses the word lost both in the sense of losing his daughter's bond and trust. ठीक है, तो blank में आएगा his daughter's bond and trust and physical separation. Now question number we have next question. Question is over here. Okay. In the line Shruti hugs her parents, which words from those given below does not show what it conveys? So जो ये highlighted word है duty, this is the answer कि ये वाला word जो है वो convey नहीं किया गया है. Question number 4. What can be inferred about Shruti's future in music following her father's expression of trust and support? So answer is with her father's trust and support, Shruti's future in music looks promising. She will be able to pursue fusion confidently, balancing her respect for tradition with her passion for experimentation. This support ensures she can grow as an artist without fear of rejection at home. Now, question number 5. Identify the phrase that refers to the uniqueness of each artist's journey and style. So, the answer is it highlights that every artist has a distinct path, style, and inspiration. Now, moving towards our main answer the following question. हमारे पास 6 क्वेश्चंस हैं, मैं 6 क्वेश्चन के आंसर्स आपको प्रोवाइड कर देती हूँ. आप अपनी कॉपी पेन लेके बैठिए एंड हियर वी हैव द क्वेश्चन आंसर्स. So this was the question answers. Just give me a second. Okay, now first question is justify the title Twin Melodies. How does the play explore the theme of tradition and modernity? So the answer is the title Twin Melodies symbolizes the coexistence of two distinct yet complementary musical worlds. Shruti's Indo-Western fusion and Nabeen's Hindustani classical tradition. The play explores how these melodies, though different in form, can harmonize when approached with respect and understanding. It highlights the tension between tradition and modernity, showing that while classical music represents discipline and heritage, fusion represents experimentation and innovation. Ultimately, the play conveys that both can enrich the artistic journey when balanced thoughtfully. Now we have question number 2. What are the different perspectives of Peter Iqbal and Avinash regarding confronting figures of authority? How do their attitudes towards Shruti's dilemma with her father provide insight into their own characters and values? So the answer is Peter believes in diplomacy and careful negotiation, suggesting that authority should be approached with respect and patience. Iqbal is optimistic and reassuring, convinced that parental will ultimately outweigh strictness. Avinash, on the other hand, is pragmatic and realistic, acknowledging that confrontation is inevitable but necessary. Their responses to Shruti's dilemma reveal their values. Peter values caution, Iqbal values trust, and Avinash values honesty and realism. Together, they represent different approaches to authority and highlight the varied ways young people can navigate parental expectations. Now, question number 3. Analyze the character of Naveen Sharma. How does his attitude towards music evolve throughout the play? The answer is Naveen Sharma begins as a strict traditionalist who dismisses fusion music, believing that Hindustani classical music is the only true art form. His rigidity reflects his fear of losing Shruti to modern influences. However, as the play progresses, his attitude evolves. Through Leela's persuasion and Shruti's sincerity, he realizes that his fears are baseless and that music in any form has power. By the end, he supports Shruti's passion and even promises to root for her group at the concert. This transformation makes him a dynamic character who bridges the gap between tradition and modernity. So we have done 3 questions. Now coming towards our fourth question. How does the play use Shruti's internal conflict to explore the theme of duty towards family versus personal passion? So answer is Shruti's internal conflict lies in balancing her respect for her father's authority with her desire to pursue fusion music. She fears disappointing him yet feels compelled to explore her own artistic path. This struggle reflects the universal theme of duty versus passion, showing how young individuals often wrestle with family expectations while seeking personal fulfillment. The play uses Shruti's hesitation, courage, and eventual honesty to highlight the emotional weight of such choices, ultimately suggesting that open communication can resolve these tensions. Now, question number 5. Question number 5 we have evaluate. Just give me a second. Here we have question number 5. Evaluate the effectiveness of the play's conclusion. Does it realistically addresses the conflicts presented? So the answer is the conclusion is effective, but it resolves the central conflict through reconciliation. Nabeen's acceptance of Shruti's passion bridges the generational divide and provides emotional closure. While the resolution may seem slightly idealistic, it realistically portrays how dialogues, empathy, and trust can heal differences. The ending reinforces the play's message that tradition and modernity can coexist, making it both satisfying and meaningful. Now, last question we have: assess how well the role of cultural diversity contributes to the storyline of the play. So the answer is cultural diversity is the central to the storyline as the fusion of Western instruments with Hindustani rags symbolizes the blending of tradition. This diversity enriches the narrative by showing how different cultures can coexist and create harmony. It drives the conflict between Shruti and her father while also offering the possibility of reconciliation. By highlighting the beauty of cultural exchange, the play underscores the importance of embracing diversity in art and life. So these are the question answers we have. ठीक है, 6 क्वेश्चंस थे, 6 के 6 क्वेश्चंस के आंसर्स मैंने आपको प्रोवाइड कर दिए हैं. Now coming towards our vocabulary and structures in context. First question is, read the highlighted word given in the bracket. तो highlighted word है aside. Question है, what is aside used for? So answer is option number 4, 1, 2 and 3. Yani it enables a character to talk about story, shows what a character thinks or feels, and third one, make a direct link between the audience and the character. Next question. Question number 2 we have. अच्छा, मैं आपको एक्सप्लेनेशन इसलिए नहीं देती हूँ क्योंकि ऑलरेडी आपके पास बहुत सारी एक्सप्लेनेशन हो जाती हैं, ठीक है. और इंग्लिश इज अ लैंग्वेज, आपको जितना आप पढ़ोगे, जितना आप अपने आप लिखना चाहोगे, उतना ही ज़्यादा आपकी लैंग्वेज इम्प्रूव होगा. ये तो आपके रेफरेंस पर्पस के लिए मैं आंसर्स प्रोवाइड कर रही हूँ, अदरवाइज आप इसको पढ़ो और इनको अपनी लैंग्वेज में फ्रेम करो, ठीक है. नाउ सेकंड क्वेश्चन, रीड द फॉलोइंग वर्ड्स फ्रॉम द टेक्स्ट. अहम अहम आई अ. क्वेश्चन इज, why are they used? So the answer is to fill gaps while speaking. जब आप बोलते हो तो आपने, जैसे आपको कोई वर्ड्स नहीं आता है तो आप ऐसे बोलते हो ना, आई, तो उसको कहते हैं नॉन लेक्सिकल फिलर्स. और क्यों यूज होते हैं ये? वो जो हमारी स्पीकिंग के टाइम पे जो गैप रह जाता है ना, जो दिमाग में एकदम वर्ड नहीं क्लिक करते हैं, तो उस चीज को भरने के लिए हम ये यूज करते हैं. अब यहाँ पर हमारा मैच द कॉलम है, मैच द कॉलम, कॉलम 1 एंड कॉलम 2 आप देख लीजिए यहाँ पे. ओके, फर्स्ट है रिदम. रिदम का है द पैटर्न ऑफ बीट्स और टाइम इन इंटरवल्स इन म्यूजिक. सेकंड इज टेम्पो. सेकंड का आंसर है फोर्थ, द स्पीड और पेस एट विच पीस ऑफ म्यूजिक इज प्लेड. थर्ड है बास, which means the lowest tone or part in music. Fourth is baritone, which means a male voice that falls between the higher and lower ranges. Fifth is cacophony, which means a mixture of loud, unpleasant sounds. Sixth is pitch, which means the perceived frequency of sound, how high or low a sound is. And seventh is scale, which means a series of musical notes moving upwards or downwards. So the answer is 3, 5, 1, 2, 4, 7, 6. अभी चलते हैं अपने नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन की तरफ. राइट द मीनिंग्स ऑफ द अंडरलाइन फ्रेजेस बेस्ड ऑन योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द यूसेज इन द सेंटेंस. सो पहला फ्रेज है ड्राउन योर इंडिविजुअल स्टाइल. इसका मतलब होता है कि आप अपना जो पर्सनैलिटी है उसको भूल के किसी को ना ब्लाइंडली फॉलो करने लग जाओ. सो टू लूज और सप्रेस योर यूनिकनेस बाय ब्लाइंडली फॉलोइंग ट्रेंड्स. सेकेंड है सेंस ऑफ म्यूजिकलिटी. इट मीन्स नेचुरल एबिलिटी टू अंडरस्टैंड, फील एंड एक्सप्रेस म्यूजिक. और थर्ड फ्रेज है वुड यू गो डाउन द ड्रेन, विच मीन्स टू बी वेस्टेड और ruined. ठीक है, चलो अब नेक्स्ट पे चलते हैं हम लोग. ओके, रीड द डायलॉग्स. ओह, हाउ मच आई एंजॉय परफॉर्मिंग दिस पीस. वाह, हाउ सोलफुल. यू ऑल हैव डन अ वंडरफुल जॉब. तो आपने देखा ना, ओह, ठीक है, वाह, ये सारे के सारे एक्सक्लेमेटरी वर्ड होते हैं. जब हम बहुत ज्यादा चौंक जाते हैं, खुश हो जाते हैं, तो उस टाइम पर हम ऐसे वर्ड्स का यूज करते हैं. सेंटेंस 1 and 2 आर एक्सक्लेमेटरी सेंटेंसेस. नेक्स्ट 6 की तरफ चलते हैं. राइट द सेंटेंसेस गिवन बिलो इन रिपोर्टेड स्पीच. फर्स्ट वन इज डन फॉर यू. ठीक है, मैं आपको सेकंड का आंसर बताती हूँ. व्हाट एन इनक्रेडिबल अचीवमेंट, आई कांट बिलीव वी पुल्ड इट ऑफ, सेड इकबाल. So the answer is Iqbal exclaimed that it was an incredible achievement and that he could not believe they had pulled it off. Third is bravo. Each note was executed perfectly and the performance was flawless, said Shruti's mother. तो इसका जो आंसर है वो ये है, Shruti's mother applauded that each note had been executed perfectly and the performance was flawless. Now fourth one, Iqbal, I basically have a little bit of scolding for breakfast every day. So answer है इसका, Iqbal remarked humorously that he basically had a little bit of scolding for breakfast every day. Fifth is Shruti, sorry mummy, won't hide from you again, I promise. So इसका आंसर है, Shruti apologized to her mother saying that she would not hide from her again and promised so. Sixth है Avinash, you are a sensation now. The least you can do is throw a party. So answer है Avinash told Shruti that she was a sensation now and added that the least she could do was throw a party. अब सेवेंथ वाले में अगेन यही है, डायलॉग्स है और आपको रिपोर्टेड स्पीच जो है वो बनानी है. सो आंसर है फर्स्ट वाले का, Asma exclaimed excitedly that she had a unique experience at the art studio that day. Then Deepa urged her to tell her as she was eager to hear. Asma said that she had accidentally spilled paint all over her canvas. Deepa pitied Asma. However, Asma replied to her not to worry as the painting now looked better than her original plan. And last है, Deepa exclaimed that it was incredible. So यहाँ पर आपका सारे के सारे चेक योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, क्रिटिकल रिफ्लेक्शन, वोकैबुलरी, ग्रामर सारा खत्म होता है. इसके बाद ये आपकी स्पीकिंग एंड लिसनिंग एक्टिविटीज़ है. ठीक है, जो आप जब आपकी बुक आपको मिल जाएगी तो वो आप अपना आपस में कर सकते हैं अपने आप ही. एंड आई थिंक यहाँ पर हमारा चैप्टर खत्म हो जाता है, दैट इज ट्विन मेलोडीज. ठीक है, अभी कल हम मिलेंगे नेक्स्ट आई थिंक पोयम है, पोयम के साथ. ठीक है, पोयम के क्वेश्चन आंसर्स के साथ. एंड द पोयम इज, कौन सी पोयम है, अ फ्रेंड फाउंड इन म्यूजिक. ठीक है, उसके क्वेश्चन आंसर्स के साथ हम मिलते हैं कल. टिल देन टेक केयर, बाय बाय एंड हैव अ गुड डे.